Stop building your Aventurine. Stop farming relics for Fushuan. And for the love of the Amber Lord, do not pull on the current banner until you listen to every single word of this video. We have seen power creep in Honkai Star Rail before. We saw Acheron make every other DPS look like a 4-star. We saw Ruan Mei become the most used character in history. But what I'm about to tell you isn't just power creep. It is a complete deletion of the sustain role as we know it. A massive leak just dropped from the deepest corners of the beta data mine. It details a new unit coming in version 4.x cycle. At first glance, the leakers dismissed it. They thought it was a mistake. They thought the multipliers were placeholders because they looked too high for a defensive unit. But as we dug deeper into the file names and the kit descriptions, we realized something terrifying. This isn't just a tank, this is an engine. For the last year, the meta has been simple. You have a shielder to keep you alive, and you have a DPS to kill the enemy. The shielder does 0 damage. They are just a stat stick. But this new unit changes the fundamental laws of the game. Imagine a character who generates shields not by using a skill, not by using an ultimate, but by attacking. I'm not talking about a small follow-up attack like March 7th. I'm talking about an enhanced basic attack mechanic that hits harder than most hunt characters, while simultaneously stacking a shield that is mathematically unbreakable. The leaks describe a state switch mechanic. When this character enters the field, they don't just stand there waiting to get hit, they actively hunt the enemy. Every time they attack, they generate a stack of a new resource. Let's call it Gemstone Power for now. When this resource hits max stacks, their basic attack evolves. It becomes a multi-hit nuclear nuke that shreds enemy toughness bars, regenerates skill points for your team, and, here is the kicker, applies a shield to your entire party based on the damage dealt. Think about what that means. The more damage you build on your tank, the tankier your team becomes. You don't build defense anymore. You build crit. You build speed. You build pure aggression. This solves the biggest problem in endgame content, the turn limit. If your tank is doing 0 damage, you're wasting a slot. But if your tank is your sub DPS, you suddenly have a 4 DPS team that cannot die. This is the exodia of sustain units, and for the last week, the community has been arguing about who this mystery character is. Is it a new form of the Trailblazer? Is it an emanator of preservation? No, it is something much more calculated, much more expensive, and much more dangerous for your wallet. The data miners found a specific ID tag attached to this kit, P45, rank 45 of the Strategic Investment Department, a member of the 10 Stonehearts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not getting a generic soldier. We are getting the mastermind behind the entire Plan Arcadia arc. Her name is Pearl. Yes, Pearl. The Pearl of the 10 Stonehearts. If you have been paying attention to the lore in version 4.0, you know exactly who she is. She isn't just another corporate employee like Topaz. She is a shark. She is the CEO of Plan Arcadia, the new world we are exploring, and her kit perfectly reflects her personality: cold, calculating, and absolutely efficient. Let's break down exactly why Pearl is going to break the game, and why the enhanced basic attack mechanic is a trap that Hoyoverse is setting for us. According to the leaks from Sakura Haven, Pearl is a preservation unit, but unlike Jeopard or Aventurine, she's an Intellitron, a mechanical life form from planet Screwlum. She looks human. She has the long beige hair, the beautiful aquatic aesthetic, the cyber mermaid vibe. But if you look closely at her model, you can see the seams on her legs. She's a robot, a machine built for one purpose: optimization. And her kit is the ultimate optimization. Most preservation units are skill point negative or neutral. They have to use their turn to refresh shields. Pearl is different. Because her main mechanic is an enhanced basic attack, she is massively skill point positive. She generates points for your thirsty DPS units like Imbibitor Lune or the new Silver Wolf SP while doing the job of a tank. But here's where the synergy gets scary. Remember the Elation meta we talked about? The punchline stacks? Pearl is rumored to be the key to unlocking that entire team. Her enhanced basic attack counts as a follow-up action. This means every time she attacks to shield you, she is generating a punchline stack for your Silver Wolf SP. She is generating energy for your Robin. She is triggering your Topaz's Numby. She is the battery that powers the entire version 4.x engine. If you skip Pearl, your Elation team falls apart. You will be stuck using old tanks who don't attack enough, don't generate enough stacks, and don't do any damage. You will be playing Honkai Star Rail 1.0, while everyone else is playing Honkai Star Rail 4.0. But wait, before you open your wallet and start swiping, there is a massive catch, a controversy that is splitting the leaker community in half: the release date. The video leak we saw earlier claimed that Pearl is coming in version 4.3. That would put her release right around June 2026. It makes sense. It aligns with the story climax of Plan Arcadia. However, other reliable sources like Dim and HomDGCat are claiming something different. They're claiming that Pearl is being pushed back. They say she isn't coming until version 4.6 or even 4.7. Why the delay? Because of the story. The leaks suggest that the plot moves away from Plan Arcadia and goes back to the IPC headquarters, Astropolis. Since Pearl is a high-ranking executive, Hoyoverse might be saving her for the grand finale of the IPC arc. This creates a massive dilemma for you right now.
Energetic, hyped. If Pearl is coming in 4.3, you need to start saving immediately. You need to skip Ashvale. You need to skip Silver Wolf SP, because a gain-breaking sustain unit is worth more than any DPS. A DPS gets power crept in 6 months. A sustain like Pearl, she will be tier 0 for years. But if she is delayed until 4.6, you have time. You can pull for the fun DPS units now and save later. So, who is right, the video or the data miners? Let's look at the banner history. Hoyoverse loves to drain us dry before a major sustain release. Before Aventurine, they gave us Acheron. Before Huohuo, they gave us Jingliu. They always release the flashy DPS first to make you spend your jades, and then they drop the must-pull sustain when you have nothing left. Currently, the roadmap shows Blade SP in 4.3. Blade is a fan favorite. People will empty their bank accounts for him. If Pearl runs alongside Blade SP in 4.3, that is the deadliest banner lineup in history. It is a pick-your-poison scenario. Do you want the invincible tank, or do you want the edgy swordsman? You cannot have both unless you are a whale. And there's another layer to this, the Intellitron tag. Because Pearl is a robot, she might have synergies with other mechanical units. We know Screwlum is still waiting for his release. We know there are other Genius Society members coming. If Pearl has a hidden passive that buffs mechanical or Genius Society allies, her value goes up even higher. Imagine a team of full robots: Screwlum, Pearl, Sam, Firefly, and a new 4-star Intellitron. A team that is immune to crowd control, has infinite shields and infinite skill points. That is the dream. So, here's the verdict.